All right, next thing we're going to show is how to pass data to a COBOL program. All right, we get the idea of passing parms to a proc, right? Information to a proc. But can you pass information to a COBOL program? And the answer is yes, you can. This is the same way if we were in Python, we would be doing argv or C, we would be passing the arguments that go into main. That's really what this is. This is equivalent of the arguments that are going into main. All right, so what we have to do is we have to get the program. Now, the program has to have one thing that our other programs didn't really have. Okay, when we do our procedure division, we need to say using this, which is the information that we're getting passed. And just to show you where that is here in this linkage section, which most of the time you're not going to have anything. All right. But I am going to say linkage section in the part that really people forget is this. You have to have a 2-byte code that gives the length of the data. So if I ran this and I said print out what the state len is, it would be 2. All right, if my state abbreviation was 6, that state len would be 6. All right, but you're using state data, and state data is the O1 level in the program. All right, if you use more than one O1 level in linkage, you have to put them both, you have to put every O1 level in this using. All right, when I call this, whatever I pass should be passed to state in state abbrev. All right, and watch, because the first thing I do, usually I print it out just to show that, yeah, it's getting what I expect. After that, pretty much just like a regular COBOL program. All right? But this is the important part. This linkage and this length and this division using. All right. Now, what does the JCL look like? All right. Look, here is where I run the program. So notice I say parm equals mi. This is passing information to this COBOL program. All right. This is how I pass the data in the JCL. If it were a proc, I could have a substitution. I can put whatever I want in there. But just to show you that we did this, let's just make this link text XX. Oh, browse. Let me get out of here. All right. So again, this is how I'm going to pass information into the COBOL program. The COBOL program is set up with the linkage division and with the O1 level and the length, and I have procedure division using, and that's how we go. So now, let me just because this is already, I don't want to do this. Another thing, if you don't put the ID cams delete in front the quickest way, you can just go TSO delete, so delete single quote and my output file. All right. There's the equal sign there. Deleted too much. Oh, let's just do. And, all right. And now I'm going to sub and finished fine. And what was my job name? S1. So let's go to sd.o. I will prefix my ID. And here's my job. I look at it, and in my sysout, it says writing report for MI. Right? So that shows me that the state abbreviation that I passed, right, right here, got into here. So you don't really use this a whole lot, but you do use it. It is good to know. And again, remember that length and the division using, and this part is easy, right? Passing the parm. The big thing is in the COBOL program to set it up. Like this. Linkage section. I have my O1. Again, if I had more than O1, I'd have to put it here. And then the first thing is to put this length, this 904 comp. And then when you enter this program, state abbrev is filled in. And that's how you send data to a COBOL program from the JCL. So, hope you like that. Sort of a quick thing, quick lesson, and we're going to stop it right here. We'll see you in the next lesson.